Hey, 64. You wanna tell me what this is all for again?
We just needed to shoot a few things, even though we do know that your series wrapped up, but we have to shoot some stock footage, that's all.
Right, stock footage.
Alright, here we come.
What?
Surprise! Oh my god.
I am so sorry about that.
We should have explained earlier. Also, we should have figured out that you're terrible with surprise parties.
Gee, you think? What is this all for anyways?
This is because your series just finished. You know, Godzilla Singular Point? So we're celebrating this. This is a surprise party, Ultima.
But you, of all people, know how bad I am with surprises.
Speaking of surprises, hi, youngster. To think of how far we've came on.
Oh my god!
Oh, why? Oh, okay. Somebody get them a medic.
I am so sorry about that again. Oh geez, Godzilla.
What does OG mean? Do you mean 1954?
Yes. 1954. I am so sorry about that again.
Don't worry. My grandson, whatever the hell that green little thing over there is by in 1964. He's done much worse to me. Plus, to think of how far we've come from me. Now we pass the baton on to you, Ultima, to continue our series strong and to continue what I have begun for many, many years to come.
I hope I can live up to the expectations.
I think you already have. Maybe even surpassed them. But, Ultima, if I have one thing to say to you, it is this. Don't ever get your ass kicked by some dinky-looking robot again, or else I will tail smack you back to whatever dimension you came from.
Wait, how do you know that I'm from another dimension?
I'm almost 100 years old. There's many things you don't know about, old friend.
Okay, now I'm even more confused. And you're even more confusing than my series. So,
Let's just enjoy the party. I can explain it over some coffee or whatever the heck you drink later. Guys, look, the movie's starting. How's it, Godzilla fans, Kaiju fans, collectors, and general people of YouTube? This is Chanzilla1964 coming to you this time with a episode review for Godzilla Singular Point episode 13, the last episode as far as we know. This will be a spoiler-y sort of review, so I am doing a spoiler warning right now. If you don't want to hear spoilers for Godzilla Singular Point, especially Godzilla Singular Point episode 13, please click out of the video right now. Let's get started with this review. So, from the very beginning of the episode up until the end it had me at the edge of my chair. I'll be honest. And this episode was a bit of a tearjerker, especially at some parts where we think some characters might have died, but they don't end up dying. Although I will say a few characters might have died in this one. But happily to say nobody from our main human cast. Only person that may not have even been human because she had those weird black eyes was Tilda. She might have died from Salunga. Spoiler, by the way. But that's about it from the human cast. But two big names from the main cast actually do sort of die though. One permanently dies, from as far as I know, which was a tearjerker. When this big name part of the main cast died. I'm trying to say it without spoiling it, because you guys have to watch the episode for yourself, even though there's a lot of clips on YouTube. And if you're trying to avoid spoilers, well, it's kind of hard, and I give you guys credit if you manage to avoid spoilers this long, because it's tough. If you look up Godzilla Singular Point, it's going to pop up this scene that I'm talking about, where one member of the main cast sacrifices himself to stop the catastrophe. And after a brilliant monologue by this character, by the way, and a heartfelt goodbye, I mean, it's just, that tugged at my heartstrings, and it brought a tear to my eye. Because this person puts up a heck of a fight against a certain monster who is in the title of this, the anime, by the way. Just saying. And I mean, it's one hell of a fight. And it's a fight that I never expected to see when I first saw Godzilla vs. Megalon. That should be a big hint, by the way, just saying. But I mean, the music to the animation, even to the fight itself, even though some might feel it's too short, I think it's just the perfect length for a fight scene, like, especially one like this. I thought that everything just, when it melded together, it was, I mean, it's just amazing. I was left speechless at the very end of the episode, because it does wrap up the question of the singular point, even though it leaves it up for speculation, but it definitely wraps up the entire catastrophe and the orthogonal diagonalizer and the code thing. This episode wraps that up nicely, and we get answers for that. We do not get answers, well, we kind of get answers for what happens with the Godzilla bones at the very end of the episode, at the after credit scene. Yes, there's an after credit scene, so we might be getting a season 2. Thank God, because this is an amazing series, and I hope it continues for some more, and we can get some more figures. I mean, yes, Toho, yes, bring us that figure, that hint that the monster in the after credit scene that we see, kind of a big name monster, part of the big 5. But yeah, I hope we get a figure for that soon. Anyways, though, back to the subject matter at hand. I mean, there's some parts in the episode that are slow, I'll admit it. The parts with BB, May, Pelops 2, and BB's daughter in the very beginning are kind of slow, even though we see one character that we haven't seen, like, for the entire series, even though he's been a big name drop, Professor Ashihara. Yes, we do finally see him. Not in our dimension, though. So, yeah. It was an interesting scene. Although we do see him in our dimension at the very end with Mechagodzilla, which I think is a teaser for Godzilla versus the Terror Mechagodzilla. Because, legit, the guy kind of looks like that doctor guy who had the daughter and who hooked up his daughter to Titanosaurus's mental, mind thingy. Kind of looks like that guy. Looks as crazy as that guy too. But I mean, yeah, this episode is by far the best episode of Godzilla Singular Point by far. And if I had to rate Godzilla Singular Point out of 10, no, out of 5, I'll rate it out of 5. I would give it a 4.7, 4.7 out of 5, because I mean, this is by far the best Godzilla piece of media, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but in my opinion, it's the best piece of Godzilla media that I have watched so far, and I've watched practically all the movies. This one does such a good job with the monster designs, even though we didn't see Godzilla till like more than halfway through the series, which I mean, I was fine with, because the story was amazing, from the human story to the monster story to the story overall. I mean, it was just spot on. Wow, just what we needed in 2021 with all this crappy stuff going on with COVID and this freaking new bird flu thingy in China, which is like, what the heck. Talk about catastrophe. Knock on wood. But I mean, this is just what we needed as Godzilla fans, even as kaiju fans. If you like watching kaiju movies or dinosaur, if you like dinosaurs, if you're into that stuff, because I know some people who like dinosaurs are definitely into Godzilla. This series is a definite need to watch from beginning to end, because it is just that good. I know I'm giving a lot of praise, but I mean, it's just, it's that freaking good. That's a good Godzilla Singular Point is. And if you feel otherwise, by all means, let me in the comments section down below, because I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that, but bring it on, haters. Hate is going to hate. I will admit this, though. Some of the monster designs I had a problem with, even though they fixed it, like specifically the first Jet Jaguar and that weird looking Rodan thing, the juvenile Rodan, was kind of weird, even though I'm glad they kind of fixed it to lead up to the adult Rodan, where it looks more like a traditional Rodan, even though I wish they explained that Shadow Rodan that came about in episode frickin' 9. I wish they explained that a little better, but they never came around to it. So that's just left up to speculation, which I hope they answer in the future, since, like I said, a certain Big 5 monster was dropped in the after credits scene. Wink, wink. If you've seen the spoilers on YouTube, which if you're trying to keep away from the spoilers, I hope you didn't. But it's kind of hard to keep away from those spoilers. Just saying, if you look up Godzilla Singular Point. So I'm gonna say the big name monster right now. 3, 2, 1. Mechagodzilla's in the after credit scene. That was a whole mind blown thing. I mean, it's just like, holy crap! They used the old Godzilla bones for Mechagodzilla. Shiva's using those bones for Mechagodzilla. So it's like, oh my god, oh my god. But I mean, we gotta wait till later to see if they're even gonna continue this series and what's to come for the series. Speaking of the series, the kind of skit at the very beginning of this video is sort of a tidbit of what I hope is to come for this channel. I'm hoping to bring skits to somewhat full videos, and if you guys think that's a good idea, let me know in the comment section down below, because I like to do skits, as you guys can see, obviously, and at the same time I love to do figure reviews and these little podcasts. So yeah, I mean, just, you know, maybe I'll put together a poll, maybe not. Don't really have enough subscribers for it quite yet. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about, in my opinion, and what you think about having skits be sort of like a full video thing, like maybe a 5-minute video, 10-minute video at the longest, of just a skit all the way through. No review, no podcast, no nothing, just a full-blown skit for a 10-minute video. Let me know what you think. But with that being said, this was a crazy ride for me, and I'm glad that I went through it, and I hope you go through it too, because this is Chanzilla 1964 signing out, wishing you guys a good weekend, if you're not on the weekend already. If not, have a good week. Anyways, peace, until I see you guys next time. This was Chanzilla 1964.